Let me tell you now of the finest prank I ever heard. From the internet, obviously. Luther was a really good guy. Tons of fun, shared what he had with everybody, quite popular. But you didn't want to really get to know Luther very well, because Luther was trouble. Luther would come back with the oddest sorts of items, experiences, and so on, and one day he shows up with a cardboard box inside of which is a live skunk. And the skunk is quiet. He's munching on a bit of lettuce, minding his own business, her own business. And Luther and the fellas are trying to figure what to do with the skunk. So, we dissolve to early morning along the beach. The ocean roaring in, cold, still dark. And this jogger is jogging along. He spots this mound of sand with a stick stuck on the top and a little cardboard, a piece of cardboard attached to the stick, on which is scrawled with a ballpoint pen, "My baby is buried here." Well, the guy naturally figures he has to get his cell phone out and call the police because he doesn't know what to do. And in the course of things, a patrol car shows up, and these two big beefy guys step out, bored, but they're on the beach. It's morning. And they look, and just as they were trying to figure what to do with this, the second patrol car comes up, and out steps this police lieutenant. And she is all business. And she said, "I heard about this, and I think it's best if I take charge." Well, she took charge and came up and looked around to make sure there was no booby trap or anything. And then she goes and she opens the box up. At this point, it's been 4 or 5 hours, and that little mammal is very unhappy. And he turns around and he sprays all over the place, but especially toward that lieutenant, the finest skunk perfume. Not only, oh yes, and the jogger was watching all this, and he happened to leap back at the moment the animal spun around. So naturally he came under suspicion as somebody who was possibly involved in the prank. Not only were the uniforms, well, you could dry clean them, you can wash them, but you can't get rid of that skunk stink. Not only was it a stink, but from that point onward, those officers had to endure the worst kind of joking and ribbing at the police station. And it even got into the newspapers. And Luther and his pals hunkered down, hoping it would never get out who was behind it.